Hey everybody, this is Dr. Paul Thomas with Plum Health DPC here in Detroit, Michigan, and Startup DPC Online. And I'm here with my good friend, Kenneth Qiu from Riverside Regional Medical Center. He's a second-year resident, a rising third-year resident, and he's looking at starting a DPC practice when he graduates. And we have an exciting track on the horizon for those residents and students who want to start and grow a DPC practice. So Kenneth, thanks for chatting with me.
Paul, thanks for having me.
So what can residents look forward to learning about starting a DPC practice? What do we have on tap for them today?
Yeah, so this year, as you mentioned, the DPC Summit is virtual, which was a bit of a last minute decision because of the coronavirus. And so because of that, we actually have this new opportunity for this resident and student track. It'll be the first time it's virtual and it's free to residents. So they can sign up for the full DPC Summit if they'd like. It's $50 this year because it's virtual. Or for any medical students or residents who want to join the resident student track, it'll be completely free and they can just sign up. There will be a Google form and I'll send you the link so you can send that out.
Awesome.
And so what we have in plan is a panel. So when I talk to medical students and residents about starting DPCs, their biggest concern is this possible? Do people do it? And so to prove that people do it and have done it, we're going to have 3 panels. You're actually on one of them.
Oh
So
yeah.
the first group, yeah.
And I have done it. Did
Right.
it straight out of residency, which was really exciting.
Exactly. So the first group is going to be people who are actually about to start. So they're graduating or recently graduated residency, and their opening date will either be around the time of the summit or right after it.
Nice.
Right after them will be 2 people who have been in practice for less than a year, but also started pretty much right after residency. And then the final group is the veteran group. That's the group you're in, having started right out of residency, as well as 2 others. And so we're going to hear stories of how they were able to start out of residency and kind of inspire people who are watching as proof of concept to show that it is possible to do right out of residency.
Yeah, I think there's a lot there. I mean, let's go back to the point you made. It is a bummer that this is a virtual summit. Some of the best things that you learn at the summit are just from the side conversations or just running into people and kind of learning the ethos of the direct primary care movement, what people are all about, what makes them tick. And that's not something that you get from the main stage presentations all the time. So that will be missed. But, on the positive side, really cool thing about what we're doing here, or what the AAFP is doing, is making this free for everyone who's a student or a resident, and making these resident tracks free for those students and residents, because it's hard to get students and residents away from medical school and residency, and this just gives students another opportunity to get their foot in the door to learn about DPC and what makes it exciting. So I know you've done a lot of work spearheading that. What was that process like to get the AAFP to make these sessions free for everybody?
Yeah, I think, I agree with you in that the virtual thing, definitely you miss out a lot. This is going to be my 4th summit that I've attended. And I think just like you, I like to talk to everybody at the summits. And I think a lot of it happens outside the real conference. But, you can't let a crisis go by without seizing the opportunities from it. And I think being able to do this virtual, because the AAFP was able to cut down on costs, in terms of like getting people together and organizing location and stuff, they were able to provide this session for the medical students, for the residents, and make it free. Because I think we all realized and agreed that we have an unprecedented opportunity to reach a lot of people who are curious about DPC and who otherwise wouldn't have a chance to come to an in-person summit. And so ideally, if we get people's interest this year, they'll be able to come to future ones, and we'll be able to see everybody in person again, hopefully by next year.
Yeah, definitely. I think that this is going to be a fleeting thing, and we'll get back to seeing each other in 2021, and we'll more than make up for it at that time. Right. Anything else you want to add to this conversation? What else should people know about these tracks for DPC startup students and resident style?
Yeah. So again, They can sign up for the full summit on the DPC Summit website, which I think it's dpcsummit.org, or they can sign up through the Google form. I'll send the link, and just do the resident and student track. The DPC Summit as a whole has a lot of good information, but our track will be targeted towards things that might interest medical students and residents. And once again, it is free. It is the evening of July 17th from 5:30 to 7:30 Central Time. That was chosen as a time in the evening for people who are at work, or medical students who may be on rotation, to be able to have the time to join. I believe we will be recording it, so if they can't make it, they can find the recording later. But live, they'll be able to ask their questions live to the panelists, and then get those answered in real time.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you're right. It is dpcsummit.org, and that's where you can go to sign up for the summit if you're a student, a resident, or if you're an attending. There is a cost to attend if you are an attending physician. So, well, I think we should end it there unless there's anything else.
No, I think that's it. I look forward to having you on that panel, and I think we'll have some good conversation. It'll definitely be something interesting. I'm excited about trying this new thing and seeing how it goes.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be great. You know, it's going to be different, but it's going to be great. It's always good to talk about DPC and how we can remake healthcare from the ground up and involve younger doctors to be a part of the change that they want to see in the healthcare system. So thanks so much for your time, Dr. Qiu, and I'll be seeing you in a couple of months at the DPC Summit.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right, you're welcome, man. Take care and safe travels.